Hey guys, Fierce Spartans here. In today's video, we're going to be discussing everything you need to know about Road to Glory in College Football 25. I'm so excited that they brought this back in EA Sports College Football 25. Used to love playing this mode back in the day, and I'm just super excited to get my hands on it once again. So EA built this mode this year based off of 4 key pillars. The first being live the life of a college athlete. This is just about immersing yourself in the experience of being a college athlete, between balancing academics and athletics to everything that a college athlete has to deal with. 2, the week-to-week experience. This is about all your key decision making, and this is about decision making between your time management and choosing between practice, studying, and social activities. This will ultimately affect your different skill positions and your mental abilities. We'll get into more of that later though. 3, fast to fun and highly replayable. Road to Glory is meant to be fast-paced and fun, making sure you're always in the thick of the action. That's what it was designed to be. You create your player and you're pretty much just always playing as your player. And the 4th and final pillar is the foundation for the future. Road to Glory is about building your legacy and just laying the groundwork for the future enhancements, ensuring that your journey as a college athlete continues to evolve and improve. The Road to Glory begins with the creation of your player. You will start by choosing between 4 different paths. The first one being an elite recruit. This is a 5-star prospect. You start with a 79 overall ranking, and you will have the expectation of pretty much starting immediately at most places across the country, except maybe some of the bigger schools like Alabama or Ohio State. There you might have to build a little bit more coach trust, but you will start with 1 extra additional mental ability and 5 starting skill points, which you can use to upgrade your player. 2, the second option is blue chip. So this is a 4-star recruit with a strong starting point of a 75 overall ranking. You start with 1 mental ability and 4 skill points, so 1 less mental ability and 1 less skill point than the elite recruit. And you'll still probably have a pretty big contribution at most programs across the country as a freshman. The third one being a contributor. This is a 3-star prospect with the chance to get on the field early if you do build that coach trust up pretty fast. You do not get an additional mental ability, and you start with only 3 skill points. The last option to start is an underdog. This is the 2-star recruit with a starting overall ranking of only 60. You only receive 2 skill points, and you do not get any mental ability to start the game with. And so that one will be the challenging one. That's probably the one I'll hop in with, maybe only getting lower programs to buy into you at first, but then you can build up your ranking and look to transfer later. Next, you will choose your position. You can choose between quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, or cornerback. So I was kind of surprised that no defensive lineman made it on here. I usually end up playing as a D lineman when I'm playing Madden a lot of times, but unfortunately there is no D lineman option. So based on the position you choose, then you can choose your archetype. Your archetype will definitely have different effects on your attributes and skill positions. So there are multiple different options for archetypes. For example, for a quarterback, you can be a field general, a scrambler, or an improviser. And based on those, you will have different physical abilities that you can increase. So for instance, if you're a field general quarterback, you can boost your physical ability with sleight of hand. This will help boost your play action and trick plays. After you pick your position and your archetypes, then you will customize your player. This is where you can, make your player your own, customize your name, your jersey number, where you grew up, your appearance, and also how you wear your gear. Do you wear a sleeve? Do you wear a wristband? Do you wear high socks, low socks? You can even crop your jersey to, show a 6-pack, or your undershirt, or your hoodie even. You can essentially change it however you want to mimic your favorite players, or, create your own style. Now let's talk about mental abilities. Once you've completed your customized player look, then you will choose your starting mental ability. You'll have the option to select one of 3 core mental abilities, and these are tied to your weekly agenda meters. These have the ability to be activated or deactivated if you do not meet the requirements. So the first of the 3 core mental abilities is fan favorite, and this increases composure at home games. It's tied to your academics, so you have to keep your GPA above a 3.0 to keep your fan favorite ability active. Once it falls below a 3.0, then it will become deactivated, and you'll have to spend more study time during the week to increase your GPA back above the 3.0 threshold. The second option is Road Dog. This increases composure on the road. It's tied to your brand meter, so increasing your influencer status is important, and making sure you have the brand deals going on in Road to Glory to keep that influencer status high. Once you fall below the influencer status, it will turn off, and you will have a lot more difficult time keeping your player composed on the road. The third option is Clear-Headed. This ability limits the amount of composure you lose during the gameplay. So as the game goes on, when you get into crunch time, it's tied to your leadership. So you want to be an excellent leader. Those are typically the players that really excel in the crunch time tight game situations. Now we really get to start the road to glory. Unfortunately, this year there is no high school starting point. You start your road to glory with an interview with a local TV reporter, and you answer a set of questions, and this will help engage the interest level of different teams, and also based on your recruit level. So if you're a high prospect, you're going to be wanted by all of the big teams for the most part. If you're a low chip prospect, you won't get as many offers from those bigger teams, but those smaller schools in the group of 5, they will be more interested in you, and depending on your answers, some schools will be more interested in you than others. Along with the interest level the school is showing you, you will be able to see if they've offered you a scholarship, where your place on the depth chart would be, so you can compare yourself on what the expectation is for your player when you join that school. Are you going to be a starter right away, or will you be starting at third at the bottom of the depth chart and have to work your way up, build that coach trust, and get to where you want to be? Now let's talk about weekly management. This is where you will manage your time both on and off the field. First being practice. This is where you build that coach trust. As you complete your practices, you have to achieve certain scores to earn, and this will either award you a gold, silver, or a bronze ranking in that practice. And based on the bronze, silver, or gold, you will earn a certain amount of coach trust for each one. So obviously you want to shoot for gold to get as much coach trust as possible. That will help you work your way up the depth chart as fast as you can, and also build trust from your coach to give you more play calls and play call abilities. In practices, you will choose between different mini games. There are 2 different categories of mini games. One that are team mini games, and 2 that are skill mini games. So team mini games will be 5v5, 7-on-7s, maybe even 11-on-11s, where you are just going head on against the opposing offense or opposing defense and just running plays. The second is skill mini games. These are more unique, I'd say. They are, for example, for increasing the pocket presence mini game, you'll be dodging projectiles and trying to hit targets at the same time, kind of build that skill of pocket presence for your player. Now let's talk about your off-the-field weekly agenda. So this is where you build your skills outside of just practice. So these will focus on your off-the-field attributes, such as maintaining a high GPA through academics, increasing your leadership abilities through team events and trust from your coaches and teammates. 3, health. Prioritizing health will ensure you're staying injury-free and at peak physical conditions, because as we know, with the new wear and tear system in the game, you might be experiencing more injuries than you would have seen in previous NCAA football video games. 4, training sessions. These will help improve your physical attributes and skills, giving you an edge over your competition. And then lastly, you can focus on your brand, so you can open up some NIL opportunities, endorsements, and just other off-field benefits to increase your player popularity. As you progress in Road to Glory, your student athlete will encounter certain unexpected scenarios and dilemmas that will immediately impact your experience and your various meters of health, brand, academics, etc. So for instance, you might have the dilemma of attending a party or skipping class. Going to the party will help your brand and increase your social presence, but at the expense of hurting your GPA. So you'll just have to choose between the different scenarios. There is no right or wrong answer, but it will definitely impact your certain attributes of your character. Let's talk NIL. So this is a huge aspect in today's current college football environment, with players just getting absurd amount of money to play for certain teams. And in college football 25, you will still have NIL deals, and these will help come with rewards for your player. So you'll get gameplay bonuses to increase your speed, increase your stamina, or you can have off-field bonuses to increase your number of followers, boosting coach trust, just improving your overall health as a player. So there will be different rewards for each NIL deal, and you'll have to manage those NIL deals within your weekly schedule. So you might be doing an NIL deal, but you will lose the option to go to class maybe, and so your academics will hurt as a result. So you just have to kind of play with it and figure out how much you want to spend your time on doing NIL deals. It will certainly help you increase your player attributes really quickly. Coach trust is super important in college football 25. It's essentially your in-game currency that you are continually unlocking as you play on the field. So your coach trust will increase through your practices and your in-game performances. And as you do that, you will potentially unlock position battles if you are low on the depth chart and you have to work your way up to the starting roster. Triggering position battles, you have to win 2 out of the 3 mini games that you are given to gain that position. So for instance, if you're a quarterback, you might have to do a scrambling drill, or you might have to do a pocket presence mini game to beat out that position battle and get on the starting roster. Additionally, keep in mind that your CPU teammates are also building coach trust throughout the season. So if you do not perform very well and you're not going to practice or stuff like that, you will potentially have to keep your spot with your CPU teammates. Player progression is super key in Road to Glory. You will be gaining XP that will then allow you to unlock character skills and abilities. So you gain XP through just the core gameplays. So completing in-game goals and performing well during the games overall is going to really help you earn that XP and give you more player upgrades. And also training, so dedicating time to practice sessions will really help your player gain more XP and allow you to spend more skill points. With all that XP you earn, you will be upgrading your player's skills, and by doing that, you'll be going through a set of attributes related to a certain skill group. For instance, the power skill group for a quarterback includes throw power and strength, and you will have to progress your level in that skill group. So skill groups have a maximum level of 10, but not all have a maximum level of 10. Just kind of depends on which skill group it is, and it represents your character's maximum potential. Wear and tear is a significant component of your Road to Glory gameplay. Unlike in Dynasty, you have to worry about your player's health for each individual game. From a week in to week out basis, your health will be impacted and it will carry over from week to week. So you want to avoid taking too many unnecessary hits, because if you do take too many hits, you will significantly increase your chance of injury. And if you have too much damage taken, your coach will take you out, or you might not even start the game. Let's talk play calling. To start, you will have very limited access to play calling when you first start, but as you gain that coach trust, you will build more and more options to choose from for potential play calling. You won't have the ability to change plays via audibles, but you can still make pre-snap adjustments to hopefully get the right hot routes for your receivers and make the right plays. The transfer portal is once again just a huge aspect, just like it is in real life. At the end of each season, your player will face a crucial decision in whether to stay with your current team or try to move to a new school. So if you're starting your road to glory as an underdog, a low star recruit, you might want to consider transferring just to get up to a higher level of playing competition, going from the MAC to the Big Ten, for instance. The potential teams that will be offering you during your transfer portal process won't just be random. It'll be based off your player's performance and also based off those key pitches that you made when you started your character at the beginning. The transfer portal allows you to keep the gameplay fresh by changing up your team and teammates, and also just allowing you to maybe compete for things you weren't able to compete at a lower ranked school. You can move yourself up to a blue blood program and start competing for national championships and Heisman trophies. The end of your journey does not stop in College Football 25. You can export your character from College Football 25 into Madden's Superstar mode. You will need to make sure you have an EA account set up, an internet connection, and all the game updates required. So the road is pretty much limitless on how much you can play. That's it for my breakdown on Road to Glory for College Football 25. I'm so excited to play this once again, managing my character from week to week, and also just making sure in game that I'm keeping my character healthy through the wear and tear system. There's so many new aspects in Road to Glory this year, and I'm so glad that College Football 25 is back. And if you are too, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.